Good morning, world. This is Terrorist Today, reporting live from Saudi Arabia. My name is Marina Gonzalez. Now, today we'll have a special newscast talking about terrorism. So now we go live in Pakistan with Gage Matusi.
Here with Lori Ali, wondering how living conditions are in Pakistan. What do you think about the daily bombings?
The daily bombings are hideous. I can't go outside. There's no more food left in my house. There's nothing more to do. My children are bored. They're scared. I don't know what to do. Bombs are everywhere. They're so unexpected.
Do you still send your children to school?
No. Usually schools have been putting into training camps for those nasty terrorists. Why should I send my child to school? He's not learning anything. He's just scared. And they can't take care of him there like I can.
How have your children been doing considering the current situation?
We've just been scared. They have no food. They don't know anything. They're just...
I'm sorry about breaking from your children. I would like to talk to you about your family terrorists.
This is a really tricky subject because if I'm caught with you and they know who I am, they'll kill me.
You won't let them find out who you are.
Okay. I just want to tell everybody. Terrorism.
So thank you. Now we will go to the weather around the world with Jenica.
Our special today is how weather affects terrorism in the world. In the Middle East, temperatures will reach around 90 degrees, causing an increased likeliness in terrorist attacks. In Asia and Russia, there will be a breeze, causing a decreased likeliness in terrorist attacks. In Northern and Central America, there will be no terrorist attacks today, with a sunny sky and overcast. In Southern America, where the temperatures will reach around 85 degrees, we will have a 15% likeliness of bombing. In Antarctica, due to global warming, we have a 75% chance of terrorist attack. In the Pacific Islands, we'll have an increased likeliness of terrorist attacks due to the recent nuclear meltdown. And that's all for the weather today. Back to you, Marina.
Over the years, there have been a lot of terrorist incidents, with the majority happening in the impoverished Middle East. Some would suggest that the desire of people to make change in their society is one of the main causes of terrorism. Terrorism is any event used to instill fear in a situation or people. The three factors that make terrorism effective are publicity, discreetness, and loyalty. Allow them to continue their attacks without disruption. Events would not be as effective. Some of the ways countries are trying to prevent terrorism is by establishing loyalty specially trained to deal with terrorist groups. Another way some countries are trying to prevent terrorism is by bringing attention to the UN about the seriousness of terrorist attacks. The UN has agreed to try their best to keep terrorism from occurring.
So now we will do a recap of the last 10 years about all the events of terrorism throughout the world.
2002, February 16th, Israel. 2 teenagers were killed and about 30 people were wounded, 6 seriously, when a suicide bomber blew up himself at a pizzeria in the shopping mall in Karneh Shalman. A third person subsequently died of his injuries. The Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine claimed responsibility for the attack. Colombia, December 9th, a car bomb injures 50 in western Bogota. Authorities frame FARC. 2003, September 11th, Sweden. Foreign Minister Anna Lindh dies in the early morning of September 11th, 2003, following a knife attack in Stockholm on the afternoon of September 10th. Mihano Mihlovic is later arrested and sentenced for the assassination. Mihlovic is said to have been greatly angered by Lind's staunch support for the U.S.-led military campaign against Serbia. March 30th, 2003, Israel was the first suicide bombing since the start of the Iraq War. A Palestinian suicide bomber detonated himself outside a crowded cafe in the Mediterranean coastal city of Netanya, wounding nearly 50, 2 of them critically. 2004, April 8th, Kashmir. Militants detonated a bomb that killed 9, injured about 50 others, including 2 elected officials. The incident occurred at the People's Democratic Party election rally. That year, party chief Abuba Mufidi was addressing the audience when the explosion took place. The Save Kashmir movement later claimed responsibility for the blast. November 3rd, 2004, Tel Aviv, a teenager Palestinian suicide bomber struck on an outdoor market in Tel Aviv, killing at least 3 people and wounding more than 30. The bomber hit the central market at 11 a.m., causing a big explosion using 5 kilograms of explosives. The attack was claimed by the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The group said they carried out the attack to show that Arafat's illness would not stop the fight against the Israeli occupiers and as a warning to those who talk of reducing the resistance movement. 2005, December 28th, India. 2 or more unidentified gunmen opened fire at the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, killing a retired professor of mathematics and wounding 4 others. Thailand, March 27, 2005. 2 bombs used to stop an armored train patrolling in southern Thailand. Terrorists then fired on the police.
November 21st. Lebanon, an assassination of Pierre Amin Gemayel, an anti-Syrian politician and scion of Lebanon's most prominent Christian family, linked on Syria, Iran, and Hezbollah, despite their denials. September 18. Sri Lanka, an LTTE suicide bomber ran a truck packed with explosives into a convoy of buses carrying unarmed Sri Lankan Navy personnel going home on leave, killing at least 92 Navy personnel. The government of Sri Lanka called this a terrorist attack. 2007. In the Philippines, there were 3 bombs exploding in cities across Mindanao ahead of the ASEAN summit held in Manila, killing a total of 7 and injuring at least 27. October 14. In a suicide attack on a police station of the Amsterdam district, a 22-year-old Amsterdamian of Moroccan origin severely injures 2 Dutch police officers by stabbing them 8 times before he is shot dead by an injured policeman. 2008, Baghdad. In a popular market in the Karada shopping area, a roadside bomber detonates. As a crowd gathered around the site of the blast, a few minutes later, a suicide bomber blew himself up, which killed dozens and wounded scores. October 8. 3 police trainees and a civilian were killed with 22 wounded in a police bus attack. Unidentified assailants armed with guns and explosives attacked the vehicle on a busy street. Of the injured, at least 11 of the wounded were trainee police officers, and the others were civilians. 2009, January 4th. In Pakistan, police officers investigating an explosive in the northwest town of Dera Ismail Khan were attacked by a teenage suicide bomber, resulting in the death of 7 people and the injuring of another 28. 5 policemen are dead among the ones wounded. October 12th. In Iraq, 3 truck bombs hit a meeting spot in the city.
2010, January 1st, Laki Marwat, Pakistan. A suicide car bomber drove his explosive-laden vehicle into a volleyball pitch as people gathered to watch a match. September 3rd, Dubai, UAE. A smoke bomb may have been responsible for the downing of a UPS Boeing cargo plane in Dubai. The plane was headed to Cologne, Germany. 2011, February 4th, Lahore, Pakistan. A bomb exploded in the city of Lahore, killing 1 person and wounding 24 more people. September 13th, Kabul, Afghanistan. Taliban fighters staged a coordinated assault on several major targets in the capital of Kabul. Several militants set up posts inside a shopping center under construction in the city's embassy district. Gunfire and explosions rocked several parts of the city for the better part of the day and continued well into the night. At least 15 people were confirmed killed, including 4 policemen, and more than 20 people wounded. 2012, March 14th. Mogadishu, Somalia. A suicide bomber detonated his explosive vest near the gates of Villa Somalia, the country's presidential palace. Security officials reported at least 4 deaths and 10 injuries after the blast went off near a building used by parliament speakers. The hardline Islamist group Al-Shabaab claimed responsibility and promised further attacks within the capital. May 31st, Baghdad, Iraq. 3 separate bombings took place in the capital of Iraq. A car bomb detonated next to a crowded restaurant in the northern Shiite district, leaving 13 dead and 37 wounded. Roadside bombs in nearby residential neighborhoods killed 4 and injured 16 others in the northern city of Mosul. A police major was killed in a drive-by shooting.